Well, their mission is to combat water inaccessibility by providing water dispensing stations right here in our community.
And to help with their cause and those behind the hydration station, we invited our guest this morning to promote their 5K walk and run. Joining us, Jack Deig, CEO and founder. And there in the intro, I want to go back to that real quick because it just seems like this would be the obvious. A water dispensing station, which is really essentially a watering hole, a water fountain. How do you take a concept like that, actually get some dollars for your education because of that? And this all started back in your senior year in high school, but it's a concept that's been around for hundreds of years.
Yeah, well, you'd be surprised. One of the biggest inner city community issues is actually access to outdoor drinking water. So what makes the hydration station different than maybe your average outdoor water fountain is, number one, there's a lot more hydration stations than there are outdoor water fountains. But number two, the hydration station is an automated contactless outdoor water dispensing system. It can be open from temperatures down to -10 degrees and up to 110 degrees, which makes it able to be open in the winter months and the summer months, making water accessible to all the time for free.
And what kind of water comes from that?
It's ultra filtered chilled water. So it's different than your average water fountain because it's also the highest quality water. One of our main things that we try to express to the people is that we are trying to increase the quality of life for every citizen in Evansville and revolutionize health and wellness while we're at it.
And for folks that might not be familiar, I was asking you, when was the first outdoor one, the first indoor one installed? Give us some background information about what the history of hydration station looks like.
So my parents told me that I was gonna have to pay for college on my own. And so I began the search for any scholarship I could get my hands on. So I heard about the Changemaker Challenge. And from that, I competed. And if you don't know what the Changemaker Challenge is, it's you basically come up with an idea to positively impact your community. And then you present that in front of a panel of judges and they'll award a scholarship. So I began the search for any issue that is not only here, but in the country and in the world. And I found that one of the biggest problems is access to water in inner city communities. So that began the project of Hydration Station. Then I was able to make a lot of partnerships across the city. I began growing Hydration Station past the Changemaker Challenge, and we've been able to install 5 stations to this day. One is at Patchwork Central, another at the Centerpoint Energy YMCA, the University of Evansville, Old National Bank, the Cascade Waterfall along the riverfront. And then the next 2 stations that will be installed within the next month will be one in front of the LST Memorial and another in Garvin Park.
Wow, so you've just been busy. And what has it been like? What has the response been? Because these are very highly populated areas. I mean, the waterfront, a lot of folks exercising, taking their kids down there. So what has the response been like from the community?
We can really get a good response, and we can gauge that response by actually the bottles used per hydration station. So the station at along the riverfront, the Cascade Waterfall, saved over 30,000 bottles just in the 3 months of summer. So it's going on 40 to 45,000 at the moment. But just that one station has gotten so much usage, and it shows that this is something that is a community need that increases the quality of life that people are really enjoying. And the more that are installed, I think the more positive impact it will have.
And you can see the difference between your water fountain. It's got that green logo on it with the leaves. Imagine an environmental theme there. And you say you have 5 of them, you'll have more soon. What makes it work, first of all, and how much do these apparatuses cost?
So what makes it work, it's actually completely contactless. So you don't have to touch your water bottle to it, you don't have to touch your hands to it. All you do is you wave your hand on the side and the water begins to dispense. The stations are relatively inexpensive. We're able to write grants and get sponsorships, such as Old National Bank. They've sponsored one just a couple months ago. But yeah, we were able to get a lot of sponsorships, and they're really relatively inexpensive, which is allowing us to expand at a rapid pace.
And will you work with like city and county government to have those installed? Because there's some non-functioning water fountains in the city of Evansville. I mean, these could be replaced with these.
Right. So we actually just wrote a grant for 5 hydration stations to possibly replace water fountains in different parks across the city. But we have an incredible relationship with Parks and Recreation and the Evansville Water and Sewer Utility. So we've been working with the city and community partners, and we've been able to make a lot of progress.
And we want to touch on, this event that you have coming up, the 5K to help your mission. Tell us a little bit about that.
So we are having the first ever Hydration Station annual 5K run walk. This is our first ever community fundraising event. And it'll be monumental for our growth in the community. It'll take place on May 10th at 10 a.m. It will begin in front of the Evansville Museum. Right now, tickets are only $10, and then they're going to be $10 for early sign up all the way until the week of the race, and then it'll up to $15. But we made this really inexpensive because we want as many community members to participate and to support as we possibly can. We're really, really excited.
And really quick before we go, the website's there, but tell us what the money will go towards.
The money will go towards providing access to water for not only the general public, but communities in need, underserved communities. Those are the communities we target. We're about to install one in Garvin Park, and that's going to serve the Jacobsville Promise neighborhood, and we're just really excited. So
Wonderful. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Jack Deig. Thank you so much for coming in, and we'll be right back after the break.